Every year, over 2 million older adults in the US experience a fall many simply because their legs have become weaker without them even realizing it. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt a slight wobble, or found it harder to climb the stairs than you remember? Have you ever wondered why your legs feel slower or less steady, even though you haven't had any injury or illness? It's not just aging, it's not just getting old, and it's certainly not something you have to accept. Hello, I'm Dr. Sarah Bennett. For the past 20 years, I've worked with patients, over 60 people just like you, who thought their legs were just tired, only to find that they were slowly losing strength day by day. The good news? You can rebuild that strength without any pills, without going to the gym, and without risking injury. In fact, I've seen patients regain their confidence, their balance, even their independence, right from the comfort of their own homes. In today's video, I'm going to walk with you step by step through what really causes leg weakness after 60, the mistakes most people make when trying to fix it, and a gentle, powerful set of home movements you can begin today. You won't need any equipment, just a safe space, a little time, and your willingness to care for your legs the way they've carried you all these years. So, let's begin together. Let's bring strength back into your steps, stability back into your stride, and confidence back into every move you make. 1. Why do legs get weaker after 60? Now that we've begun this journey together, let's talk about something many people never fully understand: why legs tend to get weaker as we age. It's easy to assume it's just part of getting older. You might notice it when you have to hold on to the railing going upstairs, or when you hesitate before getting out of a low chair, or when standing for more than 5 minutes makes you feel tired in a way it didn't before. But here's the truth: while aging plays a role, much of the weakness we feel has a very specific and often reversible cause. One of the biggest factors is something called sarcopenia, natural loss of muscle mass that begins around age 30 and speeds up after 60. And unless we do something about it, we can lose as much as 3–5% of our muscle every decade. That may not sound like much, but when it's your thigh, your hips, or your calves, that loss adds up quickly. The muscles that used to support your weight, help you balance, and allow you to walk with confidence, begin to shrink, and they don't rebuild themselves unless we give them a reason to. But sarcopenia isn't acting alone. There's also reduced circulation. As we get older, blood doesn't flow quite as efficiently to our lower body. That means less oxygen, fewer nutrients reaching your leg sand. When your muscles don't get what they need, they don't stay strong. And then, perhaps the quietest culprit of all, sitting. Many of us spend more time sitting after retirement. We sit while reading, watching television, knitting, or just enjoying a cup of tea. And while rest is important, sitting for long hours each day tells our body, you don't need these muscles anymore, and the body listens. I'd like to share a story. Her name is Helen. She's 67, bright smile, full of life. When she first came to see me, she said, "I think I'm just getting old." She told me she couldn't stand in the kitchen to cook like she used to. Her legs felt heavy, her knees ached, and every time she got out of bed in the morning, she had to sit right back down because she felt so wobbly. We ran tests. Nothing alarming, no disease, no serious injury. Just years of quiet muscle loss from a very ordinary lifestyle. Long days of sitting during retirement, a few skipped walks, and no more dancing like she used to. Helen didn't need a prescription. She needed awareness and a few consistent changes. We worked together on simple daily movements, a bit of light balance work, and more time on her feet. And within 3 months, she told me, "I stood for 2 hours baking cookies for my grandchildren, and I didn't feel like collapsing once." That's what awareness can do. So, if you're feeling unsteady, if your legs tire easily, or if you're avoiding walks or chores because you're afraid of falling, it may not be aging. It may be your body gently telling you, "Let's move again. Let's wake these muscles up." And you can. It starts with understanding. It continues with small steps. And today, we'll take those steps together. 2. Common mistakes people make when trying to regain leg strength. Once we understand why leg strength fades after 60, the next question is often, what should I do about it? And that's where things can get tricky because well-meaning efforts can sometimes do more harm than good. Let's start with one of the most common mistakes, resting too much. I understand the instinct. When your legs feel tired or wobbly, your first thought might be to sit down, take it easy, and wait for them to recover. But the truth is, the longer we rest, the weaker our muscles become. Muscles are like conversation partners. If we stop talking to them, they stop responding, and after a while, they simply stop showing up. So resting while it feels safe can quietly steal strength from us day after day. The second mistake I often see is the opposite, jumping into the wrong kind of exercise. Some people decide to fight weakness with intensity. They start lifting heavy weights, pushing themselves through aggressive routines, or following workouts designed for much younger bodies. I've seen older adults attempt lunges, deep squats, or high-impact moves because they used to be able to do it, only to end up sore, discouraged, or worse, injured. And here's a quiet warning. One wrong move can cause a setback that takes months to recover from. As I always tell my patients, just because you're trying hard doesn't mean you're doing what's right for your body today. We have to meet our bodies where they are, not where they used to be. Another common pitfall is over-relying on supplements or medications. Calcium pills, vitamin D drops, even medications aimed at joint pain. These things can support overall health, but they don't build strength. Pills can't rebuild muscles. And no supplement can replace the simple, beautiful power of movement. You don't need to join a gym or sign up for an expensive program, and you certainly don't need to swallow a cabinet full of pills. What you need is the right kind of motion-gentle, targeted, regular movements that speak directly to the muscles you want to wake up. Let me tell you about a gentleman named Frank. He was 72 when he came to see me. He had been taking calcium supplements daily, stretching occasionally, and going to the gym twice a week. And yet, he still struggled to get up from the couch without using both hands. When I looked at what he was doing at the gym, I saw the issue. The machines he used weren't working his legs in the ways his life needed. They built numbers, not function. And because no one had guided him through the movements he actually used day to day, like sitting, standing, stepping sideways, or maintaining balance, he was strong on paper, but not in practice. We changed that. We simplified his routine. We brought the movements home. And in less than 2 months, Frank told me something I'll never forget. I can climb the back steps again. No hands, just me and my legs. So if you've been trying but not seeing progress, it might not be your fault. It might be the plan you've been given, or the one you tried to follow without realizing it wasn't right for you. Remember this: a small mistake can lead to a long struggle, but a small correction can open the door to lasting strength. And that's what we're going to do next. I'll walk you through 5 safe, effective, and simple movements you can do right at home. Movements designed for your body, your age, and your goals. Let's begin. 5 at-home exercises to regain leg strength, no equipment needed. Now that we've talked about the most common mistakes and how easy it is to fall into them, let me show you a better way, a gentler way, a smarter way. These 5 movements are safe, low impact, and specifically chosen for older adults who want to restore strength, improve balance, and move through life with more ease. You won't need any gym machines. You won't need any special equipment, just your body, a sturdy chair, a little patience, and 15 minutes a day. You can do them all at once, or sprinkle them throughout the day. Many of my patients do them while watching television, listening to soft music, or enjoying the morning sunlight. The key is consistency, not intensity. Let's walk through each one together. 1. Heel raise, strengthening the calves. Your calves are responsible for helping you stand, balance, and push off with each step. If they're weak, walking becomes harder. This simple movement helps wake them up. How to do it? Stand tall behind a sturdy chair, countertop, or railing. Hold on lightly for support. Slowly lift both heels off the ground, rising onto the balls of your feet. Try to keep your body straight and controlled. Hold at the top for 2-3 seconds. You should feel the muscles in your lower legs tighten. Slowly lower your heels back down to the floor. Repeat 10-15 times. Tips: don't rush. The slower you move, the more your muscles work. If balance is an issue, keep one hand resting on the chair at all times. Start with 1 set. As you feel stronger, build up to 2 or 3. 2. Sit to stand, strengthening the thighs and improving balance. This one mimics one of the most common daily movements, getting up from a chair. If you struggle with this, don't worry, you're not alone. This exercise helps you rebuild the power needed to stand without pushing off with your hands. How to do it? Sit near the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest, or place your hands on your thighs for support. Lean forward slightly and press through your heels to stand up. Once standing tall, pause for a moment to find your balance. Slowly lower yourself back into the chair with control. Repeat 10 times. Tips: if standing up without hands is too difficult, place your hands lightly on your thighs at first. Make sure the chair is against a wall so it won't slide. If the chair is too low, add a cushion to raise the height temporarily. 3. Marching in place, activating the hips and core. This gentle movement builds hip strength and challenges your balance without overwhelming your joints. It also engages your core muscles in your belly and back, which are essential for walking and preventing falls. How to do it? Stand behind a chair or near a counter for support. Slowly lift one knee up to hip height as high as is comfortable. Lower it back down and lift the other knee. Continue marching slowly, lifting one knee at a time. Do this for 30-60 seconds. Tips: keep your torso upright and avoid leaning too far back. Focus on control rather than speed. If you feel confident, let go of the chair for a few steps, but only if you're steady. 4. Gentle wall squat, strengthening the thighs and knees. This modified squat uses the wall to support your back, making it safer for those with weaker joints or arthritis. It helps build strength in the thighs essential for climbing stairs, walking uphill, and standing for longer periods. How to do it? Stand with your back against a wall and your feet about 12-18 inches in front of you. Slowly slide your back down the wall until your thighs are at a 45-degree angle, not parallel to the floor. Hold this position for 5-10 seconds, breathing steadily. Press through your heels to slide back up the wall. Repeat 5-10 times. Tips: don't go too low. A shallow bend is still effective. If your knees hurt, stop and adjust your position. Breathe deeply and stay relaxed. Tension makes the movement harder. 5. Side leg raise, improving balance and hip stability. This movement strengthens the outer hips, which support side-to-side stability. That means fewer stumbles, better balance, and a lower risk of falls. How to do it? Stand tall behind a chair or next to a counter. Shift your weight to one leg and slowly lift the other leg out to the side. Keep your toes pointing forward and your legs straight. Lift only as high as you can without leaning or wobbling. Lower the legs slowly and repeat 10 times. Switch sides. Tips: breathe in as you lift, breathe out as you lower. Don't rush. Each movement should feel steady and deliberate. Keep your chest lifted and shoulders relaxed. A few final words. If you've made it this far, take a moment to breathe and feel proud. These movements may seem simple, but they're powerful. They speak directly to the muscles that support your daily life, your ability to move freely, to stand with confidence, and to enjoy the things you love. And remember, you don't have to do them all at once. Some of my patients do 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 2 before bed. Others make a 15-minute window part of their daily routine right after breakfast or while waiting for the kettle to boil. Whatever works for you, just keep moving. Keep showing up for your body. Because the truth is, these small daily steps create big, lasting changes. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. And you certainly don't need to feel ashamed for starting where you are. As you go through these exercises, be gentle with yourself. Listen to your body. Adjust as needed. And if a movement doesn't feel quite right, pause, rest, and come back to it later. You're not falling behind. You're building a future that's stronger, safer, and more confident. In the next part of this video, I'll show you how to support your muscles even further through the foods you eat. Because what you put on your plate is just as important as how you move your body. Let's keep going. 4. Nutrition that supports muscle strength after 60. Now that we've activated and awakened the muscles in your legs, it's time to talk about the second pillar of strength nutrition. Because the truth is, no matter how well you move, your muscles can't rebuild themselves without the right fuel. After 60, our bodies don't absorb nutrients quite the same way they did when we were younger. We need more of certain key elements, especially protein, to maintain muscle mass and repair tissues. But not just any protein. We need sources that are easy to digest and gentle on the system. Let me give you a few examples I always recommend to my patients. First, eggs. Simple, inexpensive, and packed with high-quality protein. 1 egg contains about 6 grams of complete protein, meaning it has all the amino acids your muscles need to recover and grow, and they're soft on the stomach, perfect for breakfast. I personally start every morning with 2 eggs and a glass of warm water. It's a habit I've had for years, and it's something I encourage all my patients to try. It sets the tone for the day, warm, nourishing, and deeply satisfying. Next, Greek yogurt. Not only is it rich in protein, but it also contains calcium and probiotics that support bone health and digestion. Choose the plain kind when you can add a little honey, cinnamon, or fresh fruit for flavor. I often tell patients, think of it as your muscle snack. 1 cup in the afternoon can help your body recover from those exercises we just talked about. Another wonderful choice is oatmeal. Now, you might not think of oats as a protein food, but a bowl of oatmeal topped with chopped nuts or a spoonful of peanut butter becomes a powerful, balanced meal. It provides energy, fiber, and plant-based protein, all easy on digestion and kind to your system. But food isn't the only part of the story. Water, plain and simply's essential. As we age, we often don't feel thirst the same way we used to. That means many older adults are quietly dehydrated without even knowing it. And when your body doesn't have enough water, your muscles don't function as well. You might feel stiff, tired, or weak and not realize it's because your body is simply thirsty. That's why I recommend keeping a glass or bottle of water nearby all day. Sip slowly. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. Aim for 6-8 cups a day, depending on your body size and activity level. Hydration supports circulation. Circulation supports muscle delivery. And that, in turn, supports you, your strength, your energy, and your ability to move with confidence. I've had patients who started adding just 1 more glass of water a day, and within a week told me they felt less stiff in the mornings, less fatigued by mid-afternoon, and more clear-headed overall. So remember, it's not about eating more, it's about eating smart. Choose protein-rich, whole foods. Hydrate gently but consistently. Keep meals simple and satisfying. And above all, treat your body with the respect it deserves. After all, it's carried you this far. In our next section, we'll talk about small habits-tiny shifts in your day that can make a big difference in how strong and stable your legs feel. Let's keep going. 5. Small daily habits that can transform your leg health. Now that we've talked about food as fuel, let's look at something even simpler: tiny habits. The quiet, everyday choices that might seem too small to matter, but over time, create real, lasting change. Sometimes people think they need a big plan or a dramatic routine to regain strength. But I've seen again and again that the smallest actions, when done consistently, often lead to the biggest results. Let me share 3 habits that I recommend to nearly every patient, and each one takes just a few minutes a day. First, take a 5-minute walk around the house after every meal. It doesn't have to be fast. You don't need to go outside. Just stand up after you finish eating and walk slowly around your living room, hallway, or even in place by the kitchen counter. Why does this matter? Because after we eat, our blood sugar rises and gentle movement helps regulate it. But more than that, it keeps your legs active. It tells your muscles, I still need you. And that message, repeated day after day, can help preserve strength far longer than you might imagine. I've had patients who told me, I don't have time to exercise. But once they started adding this simple post-meal walk, they noticed something: less stiffness, better digestion, and more energy throughout the day. It's 5 minutes, 3 times a day, and over time, it adds up to stronger legs and better balance. Second, check your shoes every single day. This might seem like a small detail, but it's one of the most overlooked causes of falls I've seen. Worn-out soles, slippery bottoms, loose sandals that offer no heel support, these are all accidents waiting to happen. You don't need expensive orthopedic shoes, but you do need safe shoe soles that fit well, grip the ground, and support your heel and arch. Avoid smooth bottoms or slippers that can easily slide on tile or wood floors. Your shoes are your foundation. They're the first line of defense when it comes to fall prevention. Every morning, ask yourself, are my shoes steady? Do they hug my feet securely? If not, it might be time for a replacement. And finally, here's a favorite of mine. Practice standing on one leg while brushing your teeth. Yes, really. Balance is like a muscle. It gets better when we train it. This simple habit challenges the small stabilizer muscles in your ankles, hips, and core. It also wakes up your nervous system and helps improve coordination. Here's how to do it. Stand at the sink, hold on to the counter lightly if needed, and lift one foot off the ground while you brush. When you switch sides to brush the other half of your mouth, switch feet too. That's 2 minutes of balance work, twice a day, built right into something you already do. It may feel wobbly at first. That's okay. That's how we grow stronger. One of my patients, her name is Carla, started doing this after we talked. She's 74. At first, she had to hold on tight. But after 2 weeks, she could do 20 seconds without touching the counter. After 1 month, she told me, I caught myself from a fall last week. I felt my foot plant. My body knew what to do. That's the power of small habits. They don't take extra time. They don't require a gym or a class, but they quietly rewire your body step by step, moment by moment. So if you ever feel overwhelmed, like building strength is too hard or takes too long, remember this. Just 5 minutes a day. That's all it takes. Your legs will thank you for the rest of your life. In just a moment, I'll wrap up everything we've learned and share a few final thoughts. You've come so far, let's finish this journey together. You've made it to the end. I want to take a moment to say how proud I am of you. Today, we've walked through some of the most important steps to regaining leg strength after 60 without pills, without a gym, and without pushing your body beyond what feels safe. We uncovered the real reasons why legs weaken with age, not because you're broken, but because your body simply needs the right kind of care. We talked about the common mistakes that many well-meaning people make and how just a few small changes can prevent pain, injury, and frustration. We practiced 5 simple, powerful exercises that speak directly to the muscles that carry you each day. We learned how the food on your plate and the water in your glass can either slow down your body or bring it back to life. And we explored the quiet habits that don't make headlines, but quietly change lives. 5-minute walks, safe shoes, and toothbrush, time balance training. Now, I want to leave you with this. Your legs are more than muscles. They're your freedom. The ability to move, to rise, to step into the garden, to hug a grandchild without wobbling, to stand tall in the mirror and feel steady inside and out. Strength is not about lifting heavy things. It's about living fully. And the best part? It's never too late to begin. You don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. If one part of today's video spoke to you, try one exercise, try one walk, try standing on one leg tomorrow morning. And if it helps, come back to this video anytime. I'll be right here, walking beside you. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Which tip or movement are you going to try first? Have you already noticed a difference in how your legs feel? Leave me a comment below. I read every single one. And if this video has helped you in any way, please consider giving it a like and subscribe so we can continue this journey together. I have so much more to share: gentle, practical, real-life tools to help you feel stronger, steadier, and more at home in your body again. You deserve to walk with confidence. You deserve to feel proud of every step you take. And you're not alone. I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you again very soon.